So over the weekend, I went to my local Goodwill and I found this beauty. Yes, for $9.99. I had to get it. I couldn't leave it there. It has a couple of imperfections. It's a little beat up. Not too bad. Nothing I can't handle. Some little scratches here and there. But it's sturdy. It's not rusted. It has all its screws. Well, that's all just wax buildup that I will be removing, of course. But for $9.99, you can't go wrong. So, I do like the top part of it, how it looks like it's like a tile top. I really like that. And I also like the edges, how it looks like it has like that burnt effect. It's really pretty. I like that. So I'm going to be concentrating on the top of the table and a little bit at the bottom. I'm going to pretty much just clean it up very well with some wood cleaner and some elbow grease. So here's the wood cleaner that I'm using. It's an awesome wood cleaner. And I will be saturating this all on the table to get all that gunk off. I'm also going to be spraying the sticker. Yes, you can spray it right on there and it's going to come off like butter. Leave it on for about 3 minutes, no longer than that, because you don't want the wood to wither. So that's just me spraying that on. Get it all cleaned up, nice and pretty. All right, so here it is with the first cleaning. Now you can see a little bit more of the scratches and the nicks and stuff that I will be sanding. So now I know what I'm working with. I already wiped down the cast metal iron around it that had wax there. I took all that off. Look how pretty that is. I love the look and the look of the tacks that are embedded in it. So here I am using a wire brush to take off the wax. Soap and water and a little bit of elbow grease, and voila, there you go. It's off. So it'll take a little bit, but it'll get the job done. I bought a 3-pack, so I used all of them. I love them. Just for $1.25. Okay, so I'm also going to be using a wire brush at the bottom. There's a little bit of wax buildup. You can't really see it on here, but I do. So I'm going to work with that. So after 2 cleanings, it's time to sand. So I will be sanding just the top part, not the sides, just the top part of it. And just get in there really well. This is the first coat of sanding. I'm just looking, trying to smooth it out where I got to go deeper. You see there's deeper gashes in there. And I will focus on that and get it all nice and smooth and back to its natural state. So this is what it looks like after I sanded it. I'm just feeling for more imperfections. And I'm just looking, I'm sorry, my nail's in the way, but I'm using a 60 grit sander on here. And I will have to do it again because it's still rough. So one more time lightly and then dust it off. Of course, you have dust particles after you sand. So go ahead and dust that baby off. Clean as you go. And then give it a second sanding. Okay, I removed my nail. So now I'm just looking to make sure if there's anything else I need to go in. It looks like the left side a little bit more. So I will be sanding it again. Okay, now it is time to, stain. So I'm staining with this Waverly Antique Wax. The reason why I'm using it is because it doesn't have no smell and it's been very hot. So I'm not going to be using polyurethane and stain in the house because it does have a very strong smell. And, I just don't want to do that. It's not a good idea. But this works very well. As you can see how it glides on because the table's pretty smooth now. So I'm just gliding it on there. This is so relaxing. So you can also give it a couple of coats of this. Right, the first coat is usually light, but when you do that, you have to let it dry in between because it is a wax type of stain. So this is the first coat that I'm giving it. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to give it a second coat. I'm not trying to go too dark with it because I kind of want it to look like 3-tone. So once I let that dry, I will give it a second coat. And then the last thing I would do is go over it again with a dry cloth with no wax on it and just wipe it down, and this is how it looks. So for the edges, I'm going to just do a little bit of black acrylic so it can match the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom just to bring it out like it originally was, just so it can all match and blend in together. I'm trying to blend it in as much as I can. And using this brush, I'm going to do a fairly thin line all the way around, and then I'm going to immediately wipe it off. And voila, this is what we have. I love the way it turned out. This was such an easy restoration. I love doing these, you know, because people just look at it and like, oh, it's all messed up. No, you can fix things like this and bring it back to life. It was beautiful. There was nothing wrong with it. It's not rusted out, and it has a new home now. I'm very happy with it. Turned out really good. And for $9.99, $10, I had stuff at home I can use on it. I think it turned out really good. You would have never known. You would have never known.